Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Mustang fans around the globe, hello and welcome to Eastlake High School in beautiful Sammamish, Washington, where we are elated to report that the long, painful wait is over. Redmond basketball is back. We are confident that we don't have to elaborate on the circumstances, but it's been 14 months since Redmond basketball played a game. It's been 17 months since the season started, but it all ends tonight. It's Redmond versus Eastlake in a classic King Co battle. We'll pause here and listen to the introductions.
Redmond is coached by Todd Rubin. Here's the starters. Junior guard number 1, Luke White. Senior guard number 2, Jason Miller. Senior guard 24, Jacob Miller. Senior center number 30, Seth White. Junior center number 44, William Smith. Now Eastlake Wolves, they're coached by Duriel Jones. Starting lineup, senior guard number 1, Owen Kinzer. Senior guard forward number 13, Jackson Edwards. Junior guard number 20, Cooper Brown. Junior forward number 23, Will Woodward. And sophomore guard forward 31, Luke Wilson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the playing of the national anthem? Flag is located above the entrance door.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, let's play King Co basketball.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Seth Siegel, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and partner, Redmond Mustang Jr. and basketball junkie Enrique Pinheiro. Are you ready for some King Co basketball?
You better believe it. And Seth, thank you so much for letting me help out tonight. Like all of you at home, I've really missed watching some high school basketball. But what a matchup we have to open the season. Two teams that have been able to bring back a lot of talent from the past season.
They sure do. They sure do. And what we're looking at right now at the center tip is certainly one of the most talented big men in the conference in a long time. Will Woodward seems to be a little bit of confusion with the referees as we open the tip. Oh, there is not going to be an opening tip. That's why. That is a COVID rule. I guess that eliminates a little bit of contact. But so it'll be Luke White, the junior, to inbound to Jacob Miller, all-conference guard, and we are underway. This is Will Shoesmith. Pretty tenacious defense to start. Out to Jacob Miller for three. That's no good. Eastlake has the bound, and this is Owen Kinzer. Over to Cooper Brown, outstanding junior. This is Kinzer. Redmond coming out in a straight man. Jackson Edward now, the senior. Oh, a really nice pass inside. And a finish by Edward, and the first bucket of the game goes to Eastlake. This is Nathan Miller, and he buries it. Nathan Miller, the conference's leading three-point shooter last year, starts where he left off. He shot almost 50% from three last year, led all shooters. Tough drive, defended well by Seth Krazar. Will Shoesmith trying to gather the rebound. He does. And this is Jacob Miller pushes to Luke White, the outstanding junior. Really nice pass inside. Brother to brother as Nathan Miller finishes. He's got all 5 of the Redmond points, and they lead 5-2. Just about a minute and a half gone here in the first. Nice take. And for his own follow, he can't get it. The rebound goes to Jacob Miller. We're just going to go by first names for the Miller boys. A really nice spin. Can't finish. Woodward has his first rebound of the game. He goes coast to coast, but unforced error there. He throws it away, and we've got our first turnover. Will Woodward led all conference rebounders last year, averaged almost 11 a game. So 5-2, we're 2 minutes into this opening game. These two teams played here last year. Another nice take by Nathan Miller. He has all 7 of Redmond's points. This is Cooper Brown. He has range, and he shows it. Cooper Brown, considered to be one of the conference's top players in the class of 2022. He's been on this team since he was a freshman, playing varsity all 3 years. Luke White looking for his first bucket. Can't get it. Woodward gathers his second rebound. Luke White struggled last year from 3. Here's Brown to the hole, and we have our first foul. We'll see who they give that to. So they're going to give it to Nathan Miller. His first, and that's the team's first. These two teams met last year here. It was not a thing of beauty.
I think that's what you call a defensive struggle.
That's exactly what it was. Redmond really struggled in the first half. They scored just 20 points. It was the lowest half they had all year, but Coach Rubin either gave them a great halftime speech or some fantastic adjustments.
Probably a little bit of both out of the great coach.
That's what it was, and they rallied, and they won going away. It's Seth Krazar's first attempt of the year, and that doesn't go. So it's 7-6. Brown made 1 of 2. Good D by Will Shoesmith. That's a tough matchup, but Brown fires again from 3, and that's no good. This is Jacob. All the way to the hole. A really nice shot fake, and he finishes off the glass.
You like to see that shot out of Jacob Miller. Really was able to drive in on the defense there.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty, and he's a lefty. Sometimes that throws people off, but natural lefty, unlike his twin brother, who's a righty. Jacob intends to go to UW next year. Here's Will Woodward just powering his way to the hole. So tough. He averaged 16 points a game last year. 6th leading scorer in the conference. Oh, nice pass. Shoesmith can't handle it. Throws it back, and Eastlake has it. Going to the hole. Oh, picks up a call. That's going to be Jacob's first. Owen Kinzer drew contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's 9-8. Redmond. We are about halfway through the first quarter here on the much-awaited Kingco opener. Redmond will play Eastlake 3 times. They'll also play Juanita 3 times, and they'll play Lake Washington twice, playing in a pod made up of all Lake Washington high schools. So Owen Kinzer gets the second one to fall, and we are tied up. This is Jacob. Jacob, all-conference honorable mention last year, much like his brother. Luke White for his second attempt at 3. That's no good. Arjun Singh, who has checked in, lost that battle with Will Woodward. Not many people win those. Oh, and Woodward turns, gets a nice touch off the glass, and Eastlake leads for the first time. It's 11-9. Miller being hounded to get into Woodward. Oh, a little bit of acting perhaps by Woodward. He doesn't get the call, but Shoesmith can't finish. And here comes Brown the other way, and another call. They're going to give him the continuation. Oh, no, they are not. They are not. They're not going to give him. They're not going to give him the call, so they'll inbound. But that's Luke White's first. And now we see Josh Morris, a sharpshooter, senior, checks into the game, and so does 6'6" junior Reed Talbot. They go right at him, and Will Woodward gets another bucket. Just so tough. 6'7". Can shoot it from just about anywhere, too. So using his size, touch off the glass. Eastlake with his biggest lead. They lead by 4. Really pretty pass there from Singh, and Miller gets another 2. He's got 9 of the Mustangs' 11 points, and we've got a timeout. 13-11, Eastlake.
We've seen some great defense tonight, some aggressive defense, and also some nice passes, some great ball movement out here tonight.
So, Eastlake brings a new coach into the program. I should say a new head coach, Duriel Jones. If we can take a look at the coach, and can't really zoom in at this point, but Duriel Jones joins the program, replacing Steve Kramer, who led Eastlake for 6 years. Jones was an assistant on the team, and you may have seen him also on the sidelines assisting at Skyline, a really good program, just a little ways down the road here. I don't think this is the debut he was hoping for, or the season he was hoping for, but just like us, I'm sure he's really excited just to be watching these boys play. So Redmond now comes out in the full court press. Into the game now is Alabek Yids. Here's Brown going strong, hard to the hole. He's tough. He's a big kid. Cooper Brown, 6'2" and about 200 pounds. Eastlake leads by 4. It's 15-11. This is Singh. Eastlake going with a smaller unit, 3 guards. Can't get that one to go. A good take, and now there's a scramble for the ball, tied up, and we're going to get a travel. I thought we might see a jump ball there, but they call him for steps. And Redmond is going to inbound under their own basket. 2:34 left here in the first. It's been the Will Woodward and the Nathan Miller show. Woodward winning that battle. Oh, hard take, and we're going to count that one. Nathan Miller took the contact, off balance, throws it in. He'll get the bucket and the harm. And they will give that. I'm not sure who they gave that foul to, but Nathan Miller, 78% from the line last year. And he misses first of the season. Talbot had his hand on it. Now there's a fight for the ball. Oh, a pretty nice play there by Bryce Johnson, who has just entered the game. Bryce Johnson, a 6'3" sophomore on the varsity this year. And now Redmond comes out again in their full court trap. Over to Brown. Bride, wide open 3. That's a deep one. That one doesn't go. Fight for the rebound, and Jacob Miller has it. Up to Josh Miller. Oh, a lot of contact, and they're going to call the block. It is not a shooting foul. Redmond's going to inbound underneath their own basket as Will Woodward checks back in. Will Woodward he's not going to sit a lot. He played a ton of minutes last year, just like his junior mate Cooper Brown. Singh looking to inbound, gets it to Nathan. Nathan to the hole, stripped away. Brown got his hand on it, and Redmond will inbound with 25 seconds left on the shot clock. So a whole lot more scoring than it was last year. We were here on a Friday night. Significantly different atmosphere than tonight, but the fans that are here making plenty of noise. We do miss the band, we miss the cheerleaders, and more than anything, we miss Redmond's superfans. This is Singh now with 6 on the shot clock. He's going to have to hurry. He gives it to Talbot. Someone has to fire. He does get it off. That's no good. Another rebound for Woodward. So Redmond has gone cold. They got off to a hot start, making 3 of their first 4. This is Brown. That's no good. Deep rebound and gathered there by Nathan Miller. Minute 15 now to go in the first. Here we play 4 8-minute quarters. A lot of high schools across the country doing it differently. Some will play 16-minute halves. Some play 20-minute halves, but playing by Kinko rules. This is Morris's first 3. That's no good. He has been lights out in practice. Coach loves what he sees out of Josh Morris. We know he'll heat up before long. He misses the first one. Understandably nervous. Morris seeing his first significant minutes as a varsity player. Singh tying up Woodward, and they're going to call that one on Arjan. That's his first. That's his first. More substitutions now. Ethan Tung checks in. The sophomore, the only sophomore on the varsity. Another sharp shooter. And Seth Krazar checks back into the game. Nathan Miller will sit. Coach likes to take him out at the end of quarters, give him a little extra rest, but he won't sit much at all. Nathan and Jacob both play a ton of minutes. Shot fake now. And Krazar gathers. Krazar, the senior, waiting his time. He's been in the program for a long, long time. Was on the roster last year. Didn't get to see a lot of minutes, but he has paid his dues, and he expects to make a major contribution this year. Headed to Washington University of St. Louis next year. So Redmond's going to hold for the last shot. The shot clock is off. Down to 7 now. They trail by 2. They have a chance to take the lead or tie. It might have traveled. They didn't call it. 2 seconds left. Luke has to get it off. He does. The floater doesn't fall. And at the end of 1, Eastlake 15 and Redmond 13. Enrique, did you like what you saw?
See, both teams are struggling to find the shots they like, and once they're getting them, they can't bury them. So a bit of a low-scoring, well, a bit of a mid-scoring quarter. But, you know, both teams, they've showed what they've got, and it seems like we got a great game ahead of us.
Everybody shaking off the rust. The announcers, the refs, coaches, especially the players. And the cheerleaders are here. Cheerleaders are here. The Eastlake cheerleaders are here. My guess is mostly seniors. No fans in attendance outside of family. Each home player was awarded 4 tickets to distribute, and every away player gets 2. And it's going to be standard for the rest of the season unless there's a dramatic shift. And the first quarter ended with Will Woodward getting 9. Nathan Miller had 9 as well. Not a big surprise. Both of those players, all conference honors. Will Woodward named to the second team last year, and from every indication, he's a preseason first teamer. Of course, Redmond again is going to play in this pod with 3 other teams. We won't see some of the other terrific players around the conference, but there's a bunch of them here tonight. And now Eastlake gets the first shot of the second quarter, and that won't go. We're going to get a push inside, and they're going to give that to Will Woodward.
His first team.
And that's his first. And now entering the game, Tyler Siegel, the junior who was a star of the JV team last year, averaged 14 points a game. He's a smaller guard, he's 5'6", but underestimate him at your own risk. Siegel's first shot of his high school career, that doesn't go. Had an open three. I know a lot of these kids feeling the nerves. It's been a long time since they played a game. Some of them making their varsity debut, like Tyler Siegel. Bit of a scoring drought for both teams now as Woodward tries to work on Singh. Gives it back out. Nice take, and it was pass. A bit fortunate that Eastlake maintained possession. Yiddish can't handle it. This is Wilginen. He takes it to hold. That won't go. Kraser has the rebound, and Siegel pushes. Oh, pretty pass that Kraser can't handle. But he gets, and they're going to call him for the travel. One of the things about playing with Tyler Siegel is you always have to be ready for the pass. If you are open, he will find you. That was a no-look pass, bounce pass. Kraser couldn't handle, and the ball goes the other way. So a bit of a drought, really, for both teams.
Yeah, and about Tyler Siegel, as a 5'6" man myself, I love to see a player like him where, people can underestimate him, but he comes out here, he earned his spot on varsity, and I just love to see it.
Jackson Edwards inside. They're going to call a push on Kraser. Of course, defensive rules have changed. You really can't put hands on guys at all. It's a much more wide open basketball game. Now they look at Woodward. He turns and fires. That one can't fall. And the finish by Owen Kinzer. And Eastlake has their biggest lead, 17-13. So Redmond in a real drought. Started off scoring 9 of the first 14 points of the game, but now it's been more than 4 minutes of gameplay. They have not tickled the nets. This is White over to Singh. Singh, the senior. Tight defense by Redmond. They work it around to Tung. White now, not a lot of room. Shot clock down to 4. Tung is going to have to fire. Singh does get it off. It's good if it goes. It won't fall. Fight for the ball. White can't corral it. And we'll go the other way. Now mass substitutions. Jacob Miller back in the game along with his brother, Nathan Miller. And Shoesmith comes back in. So underneath here, literally and figuratively, you're going to have a battle of the wills. Will Shoesmith and Will Woodward. Drive and dish. That doesn't go. A lot of contact inside. And Jackson Edwards going to shoot too. Jackson Edward, who played in the Redmond program for a number of years, in the select program. These schools are very close to each other. They actually, for a long time, shared a high school, Evergreen, where I think you went.
Yeah, I loved Evergreen basketball. I love watching those games. And a lot of the players we got here at Redmond, I love to see them progress as both players and people, and it's great to see them out here.
So Jackson Edward left the Redmond program, moved over to Eastlake Select program, and now takes his turn as captain, senior, headed to UCLA next year. And some concern here as we look at Jacob Miller being attended to by the trainer. It looks like some kind of hand injury, maybe just a cut. No, he's actually holding his head. We didn't see it. There has been a lot of contact. Hopefully he can return. Obviously a huge part of this team. All conference last year. Luke White from deep. That's short. And the offensive woes continue. Cooper Brown. He has 6. Pulls it out. What a matchup here. Luke White versus Cooper Brown. Truly two of the top players in the class of 22. Both of them playing together on FOH, an elite AAU team. And now they get to match up in the season opener. Brown from deep. That's no good. Nathan Miller has it and looks to push. So Redmond has gone more than 5 minutes without a bucket. Struggling to hit shots and to get good shots, and Miller gets it to Shoesmith on his way to the hole, and he's fouled. And Redmond, I'm sorry, will inbound underneath. That is the 4th team foul. But that's a big foul. Woodward with 2. He's probably going to have to sit. Shoesmith trying to draw the foul, can't do it. And Redmond comes up empty on another trip. This is Brown now.
Get it in there.
Over to Edward. And here we go. This is where they like to go. Woodward goes to work. He gets doubled, and a great defensive play. Nathan Miller coming over to help. He ties up Woodward, and possession arrow favors Redmond. So a good stop. Woodward is so dangerous underneath. All eyes on him when he gets the ball close to the hoop. It's really tough to take him one-on-one. 6'7", 220 pounds. So now Shoesmith going to work. He's got a nice touch. He goes with his left. That is way off. And Eastlake pushes. This is Brown now. Brown averaged about 7 points. Coop can't get it. Looked like it might have gone off for Redmond, but referee says no. Redmond takes over. Redmond hunting for its first basket. It has not scored in this quarter.
Redmond has not been able to find space for their shots. They've ended up having to take a lot of contested shots that have gone down, like that one. There we go. There, Jacob Miller is able to make. Nathan Miller is able to bury it. But luckily, throughout this scoring drought of Redmond, their excellent team defense has been able to handle it on the other end.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Here's a turnover. Tongue has it. Let's see if he shot fakes here. Like he's been taught, he doesn't. But he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot too. So, no, to your point, Redmond has just 2 points this quarter, but Eastlake has just 3. So this game looking a lot more, at least in the second quarter, like last year's. Last year, of course, Redmond did pull away. It was one of the few comfortable wins for the Mustangs. It was actually a really nice opportunity to get some guys some minutes. Braden Davis came in, scored the first bucket of his varsity career during that game. Seth Krazar got a bunch of minutes. Tongue makes them both. Tongue is an excellent free throw shooter. Last year shot over 70%, and now it's a 1-point game. We have a whistle and a timeout by Daryl Jones. So it continues to be the Nathan Miller show.
And speaking of Millers, I don't believe he's in the frame, but Jacob Miller is still hurt over with the trainer. I believe he suffered an eye injury in a pile of players, but hoping the best for him and that he can return tonight.
Well, that would be a devastating loss. Last year, Redmond had foul trouble, and both Miller boys sat longer than they would like him to. But this injury, we're looking at him now, it does not look happy. Now, fortunately for Redmond, they do have a tremendous amount of depth when it comes to the guard position, but it's really tough to replace a senior leader like Jacob. He makes up arguably the best backcourt in the conference. You have 2 senior guards coming back, both all-conference, both among the leaders in so many categories statistically last year. So let's hope that he doesn't have to sit long. It's 18-17. Eastlake clinging to a 1-point lead. Redmond was trailing by 5, but they scored the last 4. And just as evidence of the depth, Ethan Tongue remains in the game. Ethan certainly capable of playing point guard and very dangerous on the wing. Last year was second in three-pointers made on the JV squad. So Brown looks to inbound. Tight D now. This is another sophomore for Eastlake. That's Alabek Gidditz. And now Brown looking for Woodward. Woodward trying to go to work. He already picked up his dribble, so he has to kick it out. Now Eastlake struggling to find a bucket. Only 7 left on the shot clock. Brown may have to fire. He goes to the hole. Maybe pushed off. There's no call there. He throws it up in desperation and it goes. Oh, that's a tough break for Redmond. They did everything right.
You can't really defend that. That was amazing defense by Redmond. Cooper Brown just chucks up a shot and he buries it.
I know Coach Soderberg wasn't happy about that. He wanted the ball control foul. Brown kind of threw his body into. Oh, another follow. Another offensive rebound by Nathan Miller. He gets fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Nathan had a huge year for Redmond. Shot 53% from the field, almost 50% from 3, 78% from the line. That was 5th best in the conference. First one's good. So we have 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Redmond only 18 points, but Eastlake only 20. This again, it's a grinder. These two teams know each other really well. Both of them playing pretty tight defense, and of course we can expect a little bit of rust and jitters as both teams open up for the first game that they played in nearly 14 months. Jackson Edwards, strong take to the hole, and he gets it to go. Here's Ethan Tung, working hard, fades away. That won't go. Ooh, that could have been a walk or a push. Could have gone either way. The ref lets it go. We play on. So Eastlake up 3, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Still working on Jacob Miller over there. That's not a great sign for the Stanks. Brown got caught in the hole, and they're going to call a foul on Nathan. And that's going to be his second. And that hurts, and actually will send Brown to the line. We are in the penalty, so we'll shoot 1-1. High school rules, even though they play 2 quarters, the fouls count for the half. So on the 7th foul of each half, each team shoot the 1-1 on a anything but a shooting foul. Cooper Brown shot just 50% from the line last year, and he misses. A surprise, because he is such a good shooter and such a fantastic player, but a lot of that's mental. He didn't have a huge sample, but only 50% in 19 games last year. So the lead remains at 3 with 1.5 minutes to go. Luke White can't get it to go. Shoesmith with a rebound, a lot of traffic. Left hand, that won't go. And here comes Brown the other way. Miller has to be careful, cannot draw another foul. A lot of contact there, they don't call it. Fight for the ball. Goes to Woodward, no surprise there, he is a beast.
Great recovery there by the Wolves after a missed shot and a dog pile of players, but Woodward once again able to bury one of those nice shots.
Redmond looking to get into a flow. As we said, they had a good start, first couple of minutes. This guy doesn't need to get into a flow. He's been there the whole game. Nathan Miller. Looking every bit of the preseason first-team all-conference that he was voted into. And Woodward showing the range. He buries the 3. It's really tough. 6'7". So good underneath. Give him the space and he buries the 3. He's headed to UW to play baseball. Luke White can't get it to go. Eastlake has their biggest lead of the game. Shot clock is off. Jackson takes it in. He can't get it. I don't think Coach is happy about that. And to compound it, White gets fouled. But that is going to be the 7th foul. So potentially costly mistake as White goes to the line. Luke White averaged 3.5 points a game last year. He shot 71% from the line. Expecting huge things from him. Can play just about any position on the floor. Can't get it to go. Those are big. Front end of 1-on-1s. Games are won and lost on those kind of turns. But now Eastlake will hold for the final shot. 8 seconds left. Brown at the top. Goes to the hole. A lot of contact. No call. Josh has it. 2 seconds left. Has a chance to get it up. Pulls up from 3. and that's no good. So, at the end of the half, as promising as a start as it was, Redmond ends up with just one more point than they had last year. The difference is Eastlake got 9 more. They lead 27-21 at the half. We're going to take a break. We will be back with the second half after this. All right, folks. Okay, folks. We hope that you enjoyed that angle. Trying something new for the people who were trying to go to bed on the East Coast with their pillow, head on their pillow, watching it sideways. We hope you enjoyed that. But we are back, working out the kinks. I'm going to blame that on the media crew here. A lot of our team, of course, wasn't allowed in the gym. We're working with a skeleton crew here. So glad you're here, though, Enrique.
Yes, thank you for having me today.
Jacob takes it to the hole. It goes off his leg. No foul called. He's not happy about that. But the turnover, and Eastlake takes over with their biggest lead of the game. It's 28-21. Redmond really searching for offense. Into the corner. Owen Kinzer knocks down the 3. And Redmond trails by 10. 31-21. 6:16 left to go in the third. Nice pass inside. Shoesmith has really struggled. Throws that one up, and they're going to call steps.
And with bringing Jacob Miller back, it also not only adds some skill to the floor, but really some veteran leadership and varsity experience, because this Redmond varsity team only has, I think, around 5 seniors, made up of a lot of juniors and even a sophomore. So it's very important for this Redmond team to have Miller back.
And that's a critical call right there. That's his 4th foul, and that is devastating. He's going to have to sit down for a long time, and the timing is not great. Redmond trails by 10, biggest lead of the game for Eastlake, and they're going to have to do it all without Miller. So Woodward finds Edward. It's a 12-point lead. This one's starting to get away from Redmond. They need to get to work. They need to find some offense. Jacob Miller, he gets bottled up, left his feet to pass, and it's turned over. Head of steam for Woodward, dumps it off, and it's a 14-point lead. Jackson Edward again. No, that was Owen Kinzer at the receiving end of another Woodward pass. Woodward draws so much attention that oftentimes guys are just wide open, and if he finds them, it's a bucket. So now Morris comes into the game. Certainly plenty of offense for Redmond. They just need to find someone who can knock one down. They continue to struggle. Seth Krazar can't handle it. Eastlake goes the other way. 35-21. 5 minutes left to go here in the third. Tough offensive showing for Redmond. Last year, as we talked about, they really struggled in the first half, but they found their groove in the third quarter. They got 19. They have yet to score here. We are 3.5 minutes in. Deep one for Brown, and he buries it. They're piling it on now. 17-point lead. And Ruben's going to take a timeout. So Eastlake has opened the second half with the first 11 points. 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth, and it's a big, big hole for Redmond.
And it's starting to look like the Cooper Brown and Will Woodward show as it has all game. Woodward, obviously a big man, but looking a little bit like a point guard out here.
Well, Woodward is a terrific multi-sport athlete. He's, as we mentioned, he's going to UW on a baseball scholarship, but he also is blessed with some pretty nice genetics.
Yeah, Woodward's father, Troy, he played baseball for UW in the early 90s, and he's also a heck of a basketball player. But him and also his mother, Will's mother, a local sportscaster, Elise Woodward, she was a star for the UW women's basketball team as well.
Yeah, she was captain. Really one of the best players in the Pac-10 at the time. I think that was before the final two teams entered. You know the last two teams to come into the conference, Enrique?
I want to say it's Colorado and Utah.
That's right. You are the basketball junkie. I love it. Hate to put you on the spot. I'm glad you delivered. So this is Morris now. Redmond really searching for offense. Haven't been able to find any kind of groove. The only real offense has come from Nathan Miller, and he's on the bench with 4 fouls. Luke White going to work, steps back and buries it. They needed that one. That's their first bucket of the half. They went 3.5 minutes without one, and the lead is 15. They need to put together a whole bunch of stops here. As Brown goes to the hole, a lot of contact, no call, and it falls. Crazy. Looked like he had position. Of course, there's no restricted area here. Could have been an offensive foul, but they let it go, and the bucket goes for Brown.
Brown and Woodward both look like they have what the kids like to call takeover right now.
Yeah, well, last year. Oh, that's much needed. Krazar turns and gets his first bucket. The hoop and the harm. They're going to give the foul to Will Jamil. Oh, it's on. Sorry, it's on. They gave it to Jackson Edward. His second. So Krazar will shoot one. It's 40-25. No. So the lead 14. 30-second shot clock here in high school basketball. There's a full reset on a miss. Woodward goes to the hole, and they're going to call that one on Krazar. So Woodward goes to the line. Woodward gets to the line quite a bit. He went there 100 times last year, making 73. That makes it easy on the math. And he misses the first one. So he shot 73% from the line last year. Made 24 threes last year, shooting that at a 24% clip, a 32% clip. But we know that he's going to improve on that. He's been working hard in the offseason. He makes the second free throw, and the lead is 15. You can see the bandage on Jacob Miller's face. Jacob Miller covered tightly there by Cooper Brown. This is Luke White. Looking for room. It's just not there. Jacob to the hole off the glass. Call. Count it. The foul is called. The hoop in the arm. And he'll go to the line for one.
Love to see him come back and be able to make a nice shot like that. Redmond making an attempt to crawl out of the hole they've dug themselves. And while it's looking better, it's still looking grim for the Mustangs.
Well, the only thing better than having one Miller is having two. Nathan's sitting on the bench with 4 fouls, but his brother's starting to take over. He's headed to UW in the fall as well. And he makes the free throw, so he gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way to lead down to 12. Redmond looking to put together some stops, but more importantly, they need to get their offense going. Miller hounding. Abhishek at the top. This is Brown. Brown covered by Tung. Push off, no call, a lot of contact. Dish inside to Bryce Johnson, and he gets it to go again. A lot of attention. Miller looking for an opening. Finds Arjun Singh. Arjun Singh passes up the 3, goes to the hole. Nice dish off to Krazar, and he can't finish. A lot of contact, no call. Eastlake goes the other way. 43-29, 2.5 minutes to go. Eastlake can't handle it. Turnover. This is Miller. Oh, a nice little screen there. Pretty take to the hole. He goes off the glass. Uncontested, and the lead down to 12. 2:13 left to go, and we've got a timeout. So, a nice little spurt for Redmond, showing some offensive life.
And there we saw Miller once again in his comeback use a screen from Krazar and a nice take to the inside. I thought tonight we were going to see more 3-pointers, but it's been more of a in the paint type of game, more aggressive.
Yeah, they really haven't had any success from behind the arc. Last year had a couple of conference leaders. Of course, Aiden Rolfs, who graduated last year, he led the conference in makes, 3-point makes. He made 65 of them. Nathan Miller, as we said, led the conference in 3-point shooting. But this team is full of sharpshooters. They just haven't been able to find the bottom of the net. So this is Brown. Brown, this is Bryce Johnson, sophomore, seeing his first varsity minutes. Cooper Brown can't get the three, but a big rebound by Jackson Edwards. He goes up with a follow and knocks it in. Offensive boards, Achillia. This is Luke White looking for an opening. Nice spin. Back to Krazar. That's not really his shot. He passes it up. And now Jacob gives it to Luke. Luke looking for his first three. That doesn't go. And the offensive woes continue for White. Take to the hole by Edwards, and they're going to call it on Miller. So Edwards will go to the line. Edward will go to the line to shoot two. Last year he shot only 53% from the line, but he'll get 2 shots at it. Tyler Siegel getting ready to check back in. This Redmond team does have a number of offensive weapons to go to. They just need to find one who clicks. Certainly Tyler Siegel is capable offensively, and hopefully he'll provide a spark. Jackson Edward makes the first. The lead back up to 14. So Miller in foul trouble. Both of the Miller brothers in foul trouble. Really tough situation for Coach Rubin despite all the depth. You lose your senior leaders like that, and it becomes a tough hill to climb. But again, this is a very deep, experienced Redmond team. Last year going 15-5. We're going to see a foul on the rebound by Bryce Johnson. So that is the third team foul, Johnson's second. So Siegel takes over at point guard. We'll see if he can light a spark. Last year he shot over 40% from three and over 80% from the line on the JV team that went 16-4. So this is Siegel. Hands off to White. White for the three. Can't get it. A lot of contact underneath. Shoesmith has it, and he's going to be fouled. You're talking about 2 big bodies down there. Bryce Johnson and Will Shoesmith getting tangled up.
And now with Siegel, and again, Redmond has another weapon, but the only question is, can they get one of their weapons open? Eastlake's been on them like white on rice so far. Excellent defense. So
Tung will inbound. Looking. Does get it in to Singh. White. Fresh shot clock. This is Siegel. Passes to Tung. Tung pull up. Doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Redmond maintains possession. So Will Shoesmith had a terrific offseason. Coach Rubin yesterday during the press conference spoke so highly of the progress that he has made, but he struggled offensively. Nice pass inside. Siegel to Tung. That's the first assist of Siegel's career in the first bucket for Tung. The sophomore. Going to be a huge part of this program for many years to come. This is White, and we're going to... Oh, they're going to call the hands. Could have been a walk. That is going to be Singh's first, but it's the team's 5th. Oh, that's the second. That is the second. So 47 seconds left to go in the half. We'll see if they try to go 2 for 1. Doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency. This is Edward. Edward to the hole. Oh, he might have walked, got away with one. And now they are going to call an offensive foul. And that is going to be on Edward. That is the team's... Oh, they're going to call it on Will. Sorry. And that's his third. That's a big deal, but it's getting late quickly for Redmond. 37 seconds left, so there's about a 7-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock for the third quarter. Redmond trailing by 13 here as Siegel calls the play. So we got 4 shooters in the game right now. Any one of these guys can make a 3. Nathan back into the game with 4 fouls. Has to be careful on defense. 22 seconds left to go. We got 4 players that all shot over 40% from 3 last year. Hopefully one of them can catch fire. This is Nathan Miller. Goes to the hole. A lot of contact. He throws it in. 6 seconds left. Eastlake looking for the last shot. They're up by 11. They get it over to Kinzer. Kinzer for 3. That's going to be short. And a strong flurry from Redmond, but they trail by 11 after 3.
Not impossible for Redmond. Especially that first quarter we had, Redmond's offense was looking nice. If they can bring that back and some good defense, maybe they can make it close. But for now, 11-point deficit for the Mustangs.
Well, clearly, Coach just doesn't have the luxury of having Nathan on the bench. He has 4 fouls, but he's going to have to play. They trail by 11. Yeah, plenty of time, especially with the offensive weapons that Redmond has. Todd Rubin over there in his 6th season as head coach. Last year, the best season in more than 15 years for the Mustangs. They went 15-5 in the regular season. Eastlake, conversely, struggled. They were a really young team. They had a tough regular season, finishing 4th in the Crest Division, but they did have a strong postseason. They made it to the district tournament. Expectations, not surprisingly, significantly higher this year with Woodward and Brown coming back, and they have not disappointed. Kinzer also been solid. So it looks like for Redmond we're going to have Siegel, Nathan Miller, Ethan Tung, Arjun Singh, and Will Schussman. So this is Redmond's smaller unit. This is a unit that ought to be able to get a lot of offense. The question is, can they defend against Eastlake's bigs? But they're going to try to isolate for Miller. He gets caught up. Tung now over to Siegel. Siegel looking, finds Miller. Miller to the hole. Pretty pass to Shoesmith, and we needed that one. The first bucket of his varsity career. We expect him to have a whole lot of those. And the lead down to single digits. It's just 9. 7:32 left to go here in the 4th. Looking inside. So tough to defend. Woodward and Singh is called for the foul. The ref's talking to him. A little bit of extra. But you can hear, what you hear there, maybe in the background, is Elise Woodward. We're going to have another conversation. And now Luke White is going to come in for Arjun Singh. So Redmond didn't lose any offense there. Luke White, one of the most dangerous offensive players. Oh, and there we go. Another foul by Woodward on the rebound. That is his 4th. That is huge. Woodward is the engine that makes this Eastlake train run. 4 fouls on him. Chances are he's going to have to sit, and he will. 7:26. This could be a turning point for Redmond. Eastlake is a completely different team on both sides of the ball without Woodward. This is Nathan Miller at the top. The lead is 9. 7:20 left to go. They look inside. Shoesmith. Shoesmith, the lead.
Looking extremely possible for Redmond. They might still be down 7, but they have a whole lot of momentum.
Oh, no doubt about it. The foul by Woodward, so big. You see the kind of ease that that Shoesmith can get to the hole without big Will Woodward there. So we'll see if they go there. We'll see how long Woodward sits on the bench. 7-point lead. 6.5 to go. And the game getting a whole lot more exciting. Eastlake led by as many as 15. But a strong start to the 4th quarter has Redmond trailing by just 7. Both teams with 6 fouls, so we're going to shoot free throws from here on out. Redmond traditionally has been an excellent free throw shooting team. The best free throw shooter for Eastlake is Will Woodward, and he's on the bench. So Eastlake comes out of the timeout. They're going to have Brown, Kinzer, Edward, and the sophomore sharpshooter, Yilditz, and Redmond stays with the unit that has brought them back. Cooper Brown, dangerous penetrator, so strong, built like a football player. Gets it to Kinzer. Kinzer's 3. That doesn't go. Rebound, Woodward. Redmond trails by just 7. 6:57 to go. This is Siegel. Siegel looking Dish pass, right pocket pass to Shoesmith, couldn't handle. Got to know that's coming. Eastlake settles. 6:42 to go in the game. 7-point lead. Jacob Miller getting ready to check back in. Oh, Tongue lost Kinzer underneath. That's a big bucket. And the lead back up to 9.
And you never like to...
Siegel handoff to Miller. Miller looking for a little space. Finds it. Contact, no call. 6:15 to go. This is Brown. Great matchup between Brown and Miller. Oh, Jackson's in the hole. So tough, so fast. That's a tough matchup for Shoesmith. Jackson, a fantastic athlete. And he beat Shoesmith to the hole. The lead now 11. Oh, bottled up. Miller turns it over. Tong fights for the... Oh, Pat throws it back to... Hilbert's back to Tong, and now Tong gathers and pushes for Redmond. 5:40 left to go. 3 for Miller. That doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. Tong can't get it. This is Brown. Brown's going to settle. Probably take a little bit of air out of the clock. Woodward on the bench with 4 fouls. I'm sure they'd like to shorten this game, limit the possessions. This is Brown. Brown looking inside, loose ball. Miller has it, looks off to White. White taken by Rubin.
It's looked a little shaky for Redmond as of recent, but the door is definitely open, especially a player of Woodward's caliber, being at around 4 fouls, very close to fouling out.
We want to take a minute to thank Tech City Bowl in Kirkland, Washington. They hosted Redmond for a team building event this week. Gave us the entire alley. Followed every COVID protocol. Very safe environment. They want you to know that they are open. And now, given the Phase 3 move by the county, 4 players to a lane. So get your group together and head down to Tech City Bowl. And we want to also thank Spark Pizza for all of their sponsorship. Have you ever been to Spark Pizza?
Oh, I love Spark Pizza. I'm a big fan. Right in the home of downtown Redmond, and they got great pizza, obviously.
Yeah, and they've sponsored our halftime shot now for the girls and the boys teams. Edward takes it the hole. That won't go. So Morris has checked in for Siegel. Miller comes in for Tongue. So we are again flush with shooters. Still looking for that elusive 3. Nice take to the hole. So tough to stop. A little hesitation. And Jacob Miller cuts the lead to 7. 4.5 minutes to go. Senior leadership. This is Edward. Woodward getting ready to check back in at the next whistle. This is Kinzer now. A lot of height on Miller. 3. Dagger for Jackson Edward.
And that's big late in this game. What could be a game-changing shot.
Lead back up to 10. Miller takes it to the hole. Might have got bailed out. A lot of traffic there. Kinzer thinks he went straight up, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's 4 on Kinzer and 4 on Woodward. Miller goes to the line, shot 66% last year. First one is good.
And Woodward, they bring him back in. Game changer there, but you got to be careful. If he gets one more foul, he's out.
So Redmond really wasn't able to take advantage of the absence. They did cut the lead to 7-5. Miller makes them both. Substitutions now for Redmond. Looks like they're going to put in some defense. They're going to give Shoesmith a blow. So we'll see who they put on Woodward, and it's going to be Arjun Singh, the senior. They've mixed it up a little bit. Woodward has to be very careful here with 4 fouls. Now looking to post up. Can't find him. Jackson Edward trying to find him. And now they get it to him. Here comes the double. Jacob over to help. A lot of traffic. Steps through, and he's going to travel. Excellent D. Miller knew that once the ball went into Woodward, it wasn't coming back out. Came over to double, forced the steps, and Redmond takes over down 8. 3:46 left to go. Every possession critical from here on out. This is Nathan. Seth Krazar at the top. Not a lot of room, and there he goes. Tough shot off balance. That won't go. And Woodward gathers. Off balance shot for Miller. Couldn't get it to fall. And now with 3:19 left, Redmond needing a stop. Really pretty pass and the foul. That's a big one. Luke Wiljanen snuck in. Will found him with a pretty pass underneath, and he was able to finish. And that's it for Nathan Miller. So Nathan Miller's season opener is going to end a little early. 3:13 left to go. Can't make the extra, and it's a 10-point lead. 3:07 left to go. This is Jacob Miller. A lot of traffic, and the ball turned over. Redmond offensive woes continue. Only 45 points here with 3 minutes left to go. Desperately searching for a stop. Woodward going to work against Singh. Can't get it. Loose ball. This is Jacob. Jacob pushing. Gets it to White. White almost walks. Steps up into the jumper. That won't go. Way short. Long pass and right into the hands of Jackson Edward. And the lead now 12. 2.5 minutes to go. This is Krazar. Krazar throws it away. It's going to be a backcourt violation. Tongue has to pick it up, but it's going to go the other way. So we knew that Eastlake was going to be much improved. They come into the game with 3 of the conference's top players. Looks like Josh Morris is going to come back into the game. But a well-balanced attack for Eastlake tonight. Led, not surprisingly, by Woodward and Brown. Morris out on Brown now. 2:14 left to go. Eastlake's going to suck out some clock here. Both teams in the penalties, so any fouls will put them at the line. Stolen away by Krazar. That's a big one. This is Morris. Morris pulled up from 3. Timeout Redmond.
Morris there giving Redmond a glimpse of hope in the final 2 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Morris, a sharpshooter. Another one of the seniors paid their dues last year. He was a star of the Redmond C team and the JV team. Waited his turn last year. Saw good minutes in a handful of games, but really waiting for his senior year. For his opportunity, he buries the 3, and the lead is 9. So we're looking at some of the better players in the conference tonight. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, we won't get to see a lot of them. We're going to see Lake Washington next week. Ben Nystrom, one of the top 3A players in Kinko. And we'll see Juanita later in the week. But these 2 teams will get to do it all again on Friday night. That game in Redmond. We'll try to bring that game to you. We're not sure about attendance for the Redmond student body. No Eastlake students here tonight for a game that they certainly would have enjoyed. And we sure do miss... Redmond trying to trap. Now that might have been a travel. They got away with one there. And now Brown pushes. He's going to pull it out. 1:48 left to go. They are down 9. Brown, a lot of contact, and he walks. So Redmond gets the turnover they needed. 1:41 left to go. They trail by 9. It's a 3-possession game.
Hey, talk screens! No threes! Right, let's go! Talk it out!
Redmond is going to have to hurry, and they're going to have to get a handful of stops. This is Morris. Morris looking for a little bit of space, can't find it. Now the pass goes inside to Krazar. Krazar turns off the glass and good. Minute 26. A little pressure in the backcourt. They get it across. This is Jackson. Jackson over to Kinzer. Kinzer is, thought about pulling. Realized clock is his friend in this case now. Into Woodward. They double team him. He kicks it out. 14 left on the shot clock. A little early, but he makes it. Big three. The lead back up to 10. Just over a minute to go. This is Morris. Morris to the hole. Takes it strong. A lot of contact. No foul. Gets his own rebound. They really got to hurry here. Not enough urgency. This is Singh. Singh to the hole. Tough shot. He gets it to go. And a timeout by Rubin. 42 and a half seconds left to go. It's an 8-point game. Tough hill to climb here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, down 8 with only 42.5 seconds remaining. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of fouls here, a lot of free throws. Redmond's going to do whatever they can to make it back in this one in the limited amount of time they have left.
We want to congratulate the Redmond football team on a successful season. They lost to just one team. Really strong seasons for senior quarterback Tyler Fortney. We were so sad to see him go down with an injury in the season finale, but a great season. They were a lot of fun to watch. Strong performances by Colin Curry, Jake Severance, Braden Bruner, Zach Roper, Sam Savo in the defensive backfield. So 42 and a half seconds left to go. The next foul, Eastlake will shoot 1-on-1. They're not a great free throw shooting team. Struggling to inbound. They get it to Woodward. Of course, he's the best shooter they have. And he's fouled. So he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. 40.6 seconds left to go. He's not the guy they wanted to foul, but it's not easy to keep the ball out of his hands. 6'7". This is the third year he's been on the varsity. Played huge minutes last year. The second leading scorer in the conference, only behind Bothel's Johnson Dillard. So he misses it. Opportunity for Redmond. They have to hurry. And a turnover. Cooper Brown forced a turnover. Jacob Miller couldn't handle it. And with 31.4 seconds left to go, Redmond trails by 8. They'll have to foul again. They're looking for Brown. They should foul him. They're not gonna. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Try to go over. Here comes the double. Brown gets it over half court. Gets it to Edward, and they're gonna foul Edward. So Jackson Edward shot just 53% from the line last year. He'll go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul on Redmond. So Eastlake will shoot 2 from here on out on every foul. But this is a 1-and-1. It doesn't go, but Woodward to the rebound and the follow. So tough. See why. Couldn't keep him away from the boards there. Nice take to the lane by Jacob Miller, and he's going to be fouled, and that's going to be it for Woodward.
Jacob Miller on the drive. Fouled by Woodward.
So Woodward fouls out, but a little bit too late. It's 62-52. 12.9 seconds left to go. Fantastic game for Woodward. Came into the game as a preseason first-team All-Kinko, and he did not disappoint. So Bryce Johnson will come on in for him, and he gets a nice round of applause. He is tough to handle. Miller at the line for 2, makes the first. 62-53, 12.9 seconds left. Gets the second one to go. So now it's just a question of the final score. So these two teams meet again Friday night. 7:15 tip. The JV will play at 5:40. We'll try to bring you both of those games. Last year the teams met just once. The conference schedule, despite the proximity, has Eastlake in a different division within Kinko. Redmond comes out with White, Arjun Singh, Ethan Tung, Jacob Miller, and Josh Thomas. See if they can pull off a miracle here. Eastlake looking to inbound. They do to Brown. Brown is fouled with 12 seconds left to go. So Brown is the right guy to foul. Last year shot just 50% from the line. I got to believe, though, over the last 14 months, he's been working on that piece of his game. This is the double bonus portion of the game. The 10th foul on Redmond, so he'll shoot 2. And that one's good. Can't get the second one to go. Loose ball gathered by Jackson Edwards. Tongue fouls him.
Jackson Edwards picks up the rebound.
So not the opening that Redmond had hoped for, but at the same time, so happy to see these boys back on the court. Good news is they'll get right back to it in a couple of days and have a chance to avenge this loss. Coach Harris looking like he'll get a win in his debut for Eastlake. Final seconds now. This is Morris. Morris pulls up for the deep 3. That doesn't go. White doesn't get the rebound. And that will do it. So Redmond comes into Eastlake and comes away with their first loss of the year. 64-54 is the final. So happy to have you back. So happy, Enrique, that you could join us.
Yeah, Seth, thank you for having me. It was super fun. Not the outcome we wanted, but great court experience for these guys, and great to see them back out here.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you all Friday night.